Daniyl Chapter 2. In the 2nd year of the reign of Nebuchadnezzar, Nebuchadnezzar dreamed dreams that troubled his mind and robbed him of sleep. Then the king commanded the magicians, the astrologers, the sorcerers, and the Chaldeans to be summoned in order to tell him what he had dreamed. So they came and stood before the king. The king said to them,
I have dreamed a dream, and my mind troubles me to know the meaning of the dream.
Then the Chaldeans spoke to the king in Aramaic, saying,
O king, live forever. Tell your servants the dream, and we will give the interpretation.
The king answered and said to the Chaldeans,
The thing is gone from me. If you will not reveal to me the dream with its interpretation, you will be cut in pieces, and your houses will be made into piles of rubble. But if you reveal the dream and its interpretation, you will receive gifts, rewards, and great honor from me. Therefore, reveal the dream to me with its interpretation.
They answered again and said,
May the king tell his servants the dream,
Tell us, king.
and we will give the interpretation of it.
The king responded and said,
I know for certain that you are only trying to gain time, seeing the thing is gone from me. But if you will not reveal the dream to me, there is but one decree for you. You have conspired a lying and corrupt story to tell me, till time has altered it. Therefore, tell me the dream now, and I will know that you can reveal its interpretation to me.
The Chaldeans answered the king and said,
There is not a man upon earth who can reveal the king's matter. For as much as this, no king, chief, nor ruler has ever asked such things from any magician, astrologer, or Chaldean.
And it is such a difficult thing that the king requires. And there is none who can reveal it to the king, except the gods, whose dwelling is not with flesh.
For this cause the king became angry and furiously commanded all the wise men of Babylon to be destroyed.
Destroy them all.
So the decree went forth that the wise men should all be executed, and they sought Daniyl and his companions for execution. But with wisdom, Daniyl sought counsel with Arioch, the captain of the king's guard, who had gone out to slay the wise men of Babylon. He spoke and said to Arioch, the king's captain,
Why has the decree come so hastily from the king?
Then Daniyl went in and made a request of the king to give him some time so that he could reveal the interpretation to him. Then Daniyl went to his house and made the thing known to Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah, his companions, that they might request mercy from Yahweh in heaven concerning this secret, so that Daniyl and his companions might not perish with the rest of the wise men of Babylon. Then the secret was revealed to Daniyl in a night vision, and Daniyl blessed Yahweh in heaven. Daniyl spoke and said,
Blessed be your name, O Yahweh, forever and ever, for wisdom and power are yours. You change the times and the seasons. You remove kings and set up kings. You give wisdom to the wise and knowledge to those who know understanding. You reveal the deep and secret things. You know what is in the darkness, and the light dwells with you. I thank you and praise you, O Father of my fathers, who has given me wisdom and power, and has now made known to me what we asked of you. For you have revealed to us the king's matter.
Then Daniyl went to Arioch, whom the king had commissioned to destroy the wise men of Babylon. When he went, this is what he said to him.
Do not destroy the wise men of Babylon. Take me before the king, and I will reveal the interpretation to the king.
So Arioch took Daniyl before the king in haste, and this is what he said to the king.
I have found a man among the captives of Yahweh who will make known to the king the interpretation.
The king spoke and said to Daniyl, who was named Belteshazzar,
Are you able to reveal the dream which I have seen with its interpretation?
Daniyl spoke in the presence of the king and said,
The secret which the king has demanded cannot be revealed to the king by the wise men, the astrologers, the magicians, nor the soothsayers. But there is a Father in heaven who reveals secrets and makes known to the king Nebuchadnezzar what will be in the latter days. Your dreams and the visions in your mind as you lay on your bed are these. As for you, O king, as you lay upon your bed, your thoughts came into your mind about what would come to pass hereafter. And he who reveals secrets has made known to you what will come to pass. But as for me, this secret has been revealed to me, not for any wisdom that I have more than anyone living, but for the sake that the interpretation may be revealed to the king, and that you may know the thoughts of your heart. You, O king, looked and saw a great image, a large image, excellent in splendor, standing before you, and its appearance was frightening. This image's head was of fine gold. His breast and his arms were of silver. His stomach and his thighs were of bronze. His legs were of iron, and his feet were part iron and part clay. You watched while a stone, which was cut out without hands, struck the image on its feet of iron and clay, and broke them into pieces. Then the iron, the clay, the bronze, the silver, and the gold were broken to pieces at the same time, and became like the chaff on the summer threshing floors. And the wind carried them away, so that no trace of them could be found. And the stone that struck the image became a great mountain and filled the whole earth. This is the dream. Now we will tell the interpretation of it to the king. You, O king, are a king of kings. For Yahweh in heaven has given you a kingdom, power, strength, and glory. And wherever the children of men dwell, or the beasts of the fields and the fowls of the air, he has given them into your hands and has made you ruler over them all. You are this head of gold. But after you will arise another kingdom, inferior to you. Then yet a third kingdom of bronze, which will bear rule over all the earth. Then the fourth kingdom will be strong as iron, since iron breaks to pieces and subdues all things. It will break in pieces and crush. And because you saw the feet and toes, part of potter's clay and part of iron, the kingdom will be divided, but there will be some of the strength of iron in it, for you saw the iron mixed with earth and clay. And just as the toes of the feet were part iron and part clay, so the kingdom will be partly strong and partly brittle. And just as you saw iron mixed with earth and clay, they will mingle themselves with the seed of men, but they will not hold together, just as iron does not mix with clay. And in the days of these kings, Yahweh in heaven will appoint a kingdom of priests, which will never be destroyed, nor will the kingdom be left to another people, but it will break in pieces and consume all these kingdoms, and it will stand forever. Just as you saw that the stone was cut out of the mountain without hands, and that it broke in pieces the iron, the bronze, the clay, the silver, and the gold, so the great Father has made known to the king what will come to pass hereafter. The dream is certain, and its interpretation is sure.
Then King Nebuchadnezzar fell on his face and worshipped Daniyl, and commanded that they should offer an oblation a sacrifice, and sweet incense to him. The king spoke to Daniyl and said,
"Of a truth, your God is the God of gods. He is the ruler of kings and a revealer of secrets, since you could reveal this secret."
Then the king promoted Daniyl to a high position and gave him many great gifts. He made him ruler over the whole province of Babylon and chief of the governors over all the wise men of Babylon. Then Daniyl requested of the king, and the king made Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego administrators over the affairs of the province of Babylon, while Daniyl functioned in the gate of the king.